Hello and welcome back for another super interesting video. This time it is a PTE writing topic, which is Summarize Written Text. And after watching this video, you're going to tell me, oh my goodness, I did not know that this is such an easy task to score. So join me, Anurag, your Edutrainex PTE expert, to learn 5 excellent techniques to crack this task. And it's really easy to apply these techniques. We are also going to do a complete X-ray analysis of how the responses are checked by the AI and display you some experiments that I did with the AI and the scoring guide to find out which techniques can get you a top score. So don't miss out and hit the subscribe button below. Let's begin. Now before we start discussing the techniques that can get you a top score, I just want to show you 2 things that you really need to be careful of to avoid losing unnecessary marks. The first thing is not to write everything in the capital letters. So for example, if I say I want to type everything in capitals and submit, let's see what the AI gives me. It gives me a 0 score. And if I look at the report, it shows me that I have used all capital letters, which is why my overall score is also 0. The second thing that you need to be careful about is not copying or not writing more than 1 sentence. So if I just copy this entire paragraph, mind it, you can't copy and paste directly in the exam, but I'm just showing you for demonstration. You see, I got a 0 score. And if I see the report again, it is showing me that you have written more than 1 sentence. The task only expects you to write 1 sentence. So be careful about these 2 things. Now we will begin with the technique number 1. It's really hard to actually lose marks for this particular task. I will show you how. So for example, I choose any sentence and I just copy 1 sentence. In the exam, of course, you need to type this. I'm just copying this sentence and I will submit my response. You see, without doing anything, without using any brains or anything, I got a score of 50. Isn't that surprising? If I see the report, so you see, I didn't lose any points for grammar. I got a decent score for vocabulary, for form. Of course, for content, I did not get much because I just copied something without understanding whether it has the relevant keywords or the relevant idea that I need to present for this particular passage. Now, I'm going to improvise this. So you see, the technique 1 is really simple. Now, I will show you the technique number 2, in which I'm going to combine 2 sentences instead of just 1. So that will help me to get a wider word count as well as more content. So I just put 2 sentences and then just amend the capital letter, put a comma in between, remove the capital letter, and then I submit the answer. How much did I get? I got a 70 score. So this is the technique number 2. If you don't want to do anything else, just merge 2 sentences with a comma or any conjunction, and but whatever you feel is good enough to make the sentence sound perfect. I look at the report. So this time I got some points for content as well because I included more words from 2 sentences, and that definitely must have caught some of the keywords which are relevant to the given passage. So that's technique number 2. Without doing anything, I can still get a 70 score. Now, some of the students come back and tell me, sir, I used your techniques and I still got a 50 score. Now, word of caution for these type of students is that not only summarize written text and write essay contributes to your writing score, you are forgetting that there are other topics also contributing heavily to your writing score, which are summarize spoken text from the listening section, fill in the blanks from the listening section, and write from dictation from the listening section. From reading and writing fill in the blanks as well, you get marks contributed to your writing score. So if you really want to take your writing scores to the top, you make sure you not only concentrate on summarize written text and write essay, but you also do well in the other tasks. Okay, so I have discussed the 2 techniques now. Now moving on to technique number 3. In this, what I'm going to do is I will keep this sentence which I submitted using my technique 2, merging 2 sentences. Now, what I'm going to do is the AI is detecting that we have copied the text directly from the passage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fool the AI, or I'm going to trick the AI by breaking the sentence patterns. And I'm going to put words randomly. Of course, be mindful about the grammar. So look at what I am doing. So ocean pollution, I can say due to, at the same time, I'm also adding some keywords from the passage. You can see chemicals, petroleum, industry waste. There are lots of keywords given to you. So I'll add some here. Chemicals is widespread. Then I put more keyword. Plastics, metals, and wastes. I remove this word. Now see, I have put multiple words here. Plastics, metals, and wastes. So I have to make it a singular. So instead of poses, I will make it singular. Pose a clear and present danger. So instead of clear and present danger, what is the other word that you can think of danger? I can put risk. Risk to human health. Instead of human health, I can say human beings. And what other factor was mentioned in the passage was it is harming the oceans, it is harming the atmosphere. So basically the word that comes to my mind is environment. Okay, so I've added that, but the extent of this danger, again I'll substitute danger with risk, has not been widely comprehended until now. I can see there is other words used in the passage which convey the same meaning. You can see here assessment. I can say widely assessed. That's it. I'll just check on my grammar and then I will, it's a spelling mistake, so I'll correct that. I'll submit my response. And see, I've got a top score, almost 90. Now if I check the report again, you see I've got 2 points for the content entirely, 2 points for grammar and 1 point for form. So vocabulary also, I almost got 2 points. 1.75 is close enough to 2 points. So overall, my score is very close to 90. Using what? This is a very simple technique. I just merged 2 sentences and then put a comma in between and then broke the pattern that AI understands that we have copied the text from the passage. So I just inserted keywords randomly in between the text. But of course, you need to make sure wherever you are inserting words, you need to be careful about the grammar as well. Okay. So using this, I got a top score. Now for technique number 4, what we are going to do is we are going to use templates. If you're not sure where to get the template or trusted one, you can search on Google, Summarize Written Text template. Search like this, scroll down and you will find the Edutrainex Summarize Written Text blog, which you click and then you scroll down to the template section and then you just copy the template from there. As simple as that. I'm scrolling down to this section. This template says a score of 60 to 80. Why? Because many people, when they copy this template, when they add the keywords in that, they make some grammatical errors in there. So you need to be careful about that. So I'll copy this template and I'll go back to my passage. So instead of the keywords, key phrases, I'm just going to substitute the keywords from the passage. Let's start with ocean pollution, which suggests that I will say chemicals and plastics. Keyword 4, I'm just going to add human health. Then I'll add more keyword from the passage like atmosphere, wastewater, pesticides, fertilizers, and let's say toxic metals, the last keyword. So I just picked up random keywords from the passage itself. Just careful about the spelling. So I've just pasted random keywords from the passage and now I'm just going to fix the grammar mistakes and I'm going to submit my response. And voila, you see 87 again. So this is the top score that we can get again using the template. So this was the 4th easy technique that you can use to get a top score in the Summarize Written Text task. And the last technique is you write your own sentences. So that also can fetch you a top score if you can do it properly. So let me demonstrate that. I will just start with a pattern that I use normally. Although plastics and metals are the key reasons for ocean pollution, chemicals, fertilizers, petroleum, and other wastes also contribute to the dangers and worsening of water pollution, which is very harmful to human beings as well. That's it. I'll just check my spelling mistakes and grammar. And now I'm going to submit my response. You see, this is the 5th technique, and again, I got a top score. So out of the 5 techniques that I showed you, 3 of them got me to the top score. So why don't you start using any of these techniques, whichever seems to be easier for you? Go ahead and practice the questions using these techniques that I've suggested. Just be careful about the grammar and spelling, because only you can help yourself to rectify that. In the end, summarize written text task is a piece of cake. So if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also share this video with your fellow PTE aspirants and friends. Goodbye for now.